Hey everyone, it's Deli here, Rub My Belly, and welcome to a brand new video. I'm looking forward to this one because this one's going to be a little bit challenging for me. I have taken out all of the expansion stuff and game packs from my Sims 4 game, and I am only building with base game today. The reason why I'm doing this is because you guys, on every single build video I do, request just base game family builds, just base game builds, because reality is most of us don't have expansion packs and stuff packs and game packs on top of the base game. Without further ado, I'm going to teach you guys how to build a super basic family home that you guys can download and enjoy. Let's get into it. Cheers. All right, so we're in a basic lot in Windenburg, and I thought that I would make this into a slight tutorial type of video because I do also get asked questions about how to build. So first of all, we're just going to go to the wall tool. Now we can just draw walls if we would like to, singularly like this, or we can build a whole block like that. You know, you can pick up the rooms, move them around. If you're wanting to do like a front porch or a home that sits on a foundation, you can actually use this flat square over here and kind of draw out a floor plan. So that's what I'm going to start with today. Just going to give us the general size of our build. I think we'll make something that is quite symmetrical, although maybe it would be nice to have the option of having a little bit more on the side of the house too. So we'll kind of go like this and have a little bit of a side area. Now, if you click on it, you will see that there's these little arrows here, and this was a recent update to the game, but basically this allows you to set a foundation height. So now we have a little bit of a foundation, we can take it up a little bit more, which is really lovely if you want a bit of a balcony area or a patio. I'm going to go to the staircase tool over here and just put in some blank staircases. I also want to keep an eye on the grid. If you press G, you can turn the grid on and off just to check that this is symmetrical. And I know I want to have a grand door that will go across 3 squares. So let's just count, or maybe let's move one of these stairs in like that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we need to bring this in by 1. There we go. So we know it's going to be a nice symmetrical build. One thing is you can definitely build like a box kind of orientation if you want for your homes. However, sometimes this can become a little bit boring, so sometimes it's nice to just slightly make the shape inconsistent by bringing in walls a little bit like this, like a front door. It's a nice trick to kind of bring it in a little bit. And then maybe on top, we'll keep it simple and we'll just do a big block like this. We can even change the ceiling height, so we can make it a little bit shorter, a little bit bigger. And I'm already thinking that this is looking enormous for a home. Like this is like a big family home. Let's maybe put in a door and just see how we're going, and some windows. Like, do we need the house to be this big? Is this gonna look good when we put all of our windows in? I think this is looking a little bit big. I think we could actually pull this in. I don't mind it, but it looks a little odd here with this big blank space. So what I'm actually thinking is maybe we could add a little bit of a roof detail here. So I'm just gonna put a roof like this, just across like that, pull it down a little bit. We can even pull in the edges like that using the arrows. We can even, build our own columns like this and make it look a little bit more solid, which I personally think that looks nice. And then in terms of the roof, maybe we'll go over to here and place a roof that goes this way, opposite to the front roof. And this little button up here, this is called the design tool. And this design tool allows you to click on objects and actually change the color of them. So I'm gonna change these to a beautiful blue color because I love blue shutters. I think blue shutters are so cute. Let's put a couple of windows at the back. And remember, we were either going to bring this bit out a little bit or keep it in a little bit. I've actually pushed it in again, just to give it a little bit more of an irregular shape. And that does mean that we can kind of bring a balcony around to the side if we want to. I'm just gonna bring that around. And that way you can have a little barbecue area on the side of the house if you want to. I think I'd like to do the same thing that we did on the front of the house and have a roof over here. So I'm going to go down a level, going to click on this roof, click this button that says copy, bring it around to the other side, just like that. bring it in, and we're going to go down a level, build a couple of columns ourselves just like that. So now we have a nice entrance on the other side, and you can even use the eyedropper tool over here. Shortcut is E, and copy the door around just like that. Cute. So now we have the basic shape of our house, basic windows. We could probably put a couple of windows up here too, and maybe have another circular window on either side of the roofing. Now, I feel like the roofs could have a little bit of attention given to them. So if you go over here to the roof patterns, you can actually pick what kind of roofing you do want. So maybe we'll go with this one. Make sure to click on all of the roofs and not to miss any. And then if you go over to here, there is a roof trim. So you can pick the thickness of the roof trim. A lot of builders like to go with really thick ones to kind of make their houses look a little bit more cartoony, but I prefer to go with small ones. And if you want them to be less visible, then I would just match them to the roof itself. But let's go with white. I'm going to go to the wallpaper here and maybe go for something like, do you want to have blue, like an actual blue house with some brick on it? On the top level, just have all of it blue without the brick. And I think this side of the house should obviously be quite different. So we're going to have just plain brick on that side that kind of matches the brick that we have on the rest of the house. Is that the right kind of brick? Oh no, this is the correct kind of brick. Just like that. You know what? We could even mix it up more and put white at the peaks of the house. Is that a little much? You know what? I'm going to change it back to blue. I almost feel like it's missing a chimney, so we can go over here to roof sculptures and put a little matching chimney in. I tend to place it more at the back because it doesn't look as, dominating if you take a picture from the front. So we can just move it up like that. Last of all, I think we do need to change the color of the foundation. So I'm going to go to foundations over here and we're going to put in a ton of bricks foundation. Super simple, super matchy, but that's the look that we're going to go for. Oops. If you do anything wrong, you can always press Ctrl-Z. I just realized my face cam was so whited out then. Sorry, you guys. I think we actually need some fencing. So I'm going to go to fencing here and just find like a nice basic fence to kind of put on the balcony. Maybe this one, something that's not too modern, but also not too dated either. Although this one with the little circular tops on it is really, really cute. And I do think it comes in blue. Oh no, that's a green color. So let's just go with the white. If you don't want to draw it out like piece by piece like this, what you can actually do is go to this here, which says replace fences, and just pop it in. Super easy, just like that. If we extend this balcony, we could even go to the pool tool over here and put in a little family pool area. I have had kids drown in The Sims 4, so I am going to put probably just an extra little pool fence here, maybe a glass one with a little gate as well, just so there's no accidents. I think different areas of the house often look really nice with different flooring. So I'm also going to put some stone on that part around the pool. And then we have the wood around the rest of the house. And I'm almost thinking that this wood looks too nice for outside. So let's pop this wood on instead. And you can actually change the different directions of the wood by pressing your, what do you call them? Your full stop and comma keys. I'm just going to place a few different kinds of trees around the house that also match ones that are already in the neighborhood as well. And then I'm going to go over here to the terrain tools and just draw out another path too, just around the backyard a little bit, just lightly to the footpath over here. So it does look like a little pathway is being put in, and it's a little bit irregular too. That can go to the front here. I'm even going to size these trees down by holding the brackets keys just to make those trees look a little bit younger than the other ones. If we go to outdoor plants and then shrubs over here, there's some really great hedges that we can use to kind of line the house or the walls of the house. I think it's really useful, and it's good to kind of mix the two together. If you're wanting to be a little bit more experimental with where you place your shrubs and trees, like see how you can't intersect them, you can actually go to Ctrl-Shift-C on your keyboard and put in the Move Objects On sheet. bb.move objects space on. And this will allow us, press escape to get out of it, to actually layer things. And this is great for landscaping because often plants intersect each other in the backyard because they kind of grow over each other. So I use a combination of the move objects cheat, a mixture of plants, and I also like to hold down the Alt key to rotate plants more than just on the usual angles. Like this will allow me to move it in a 360 degree angle instead of just like 1, 2, 3, 4. And your open and close bracket key will actually allow you to size up objects and size them back down again. So if some of your plants are going to be a little bit more overgrown than others, that's a really good way to make it look a little bit more realistic and a little bit more organic. I'll always go back to the terrain tool and I'll go down here to the dirt and sand option, probably to the lighter brown, move this softness to be a little bit lower so it's not as harsh. Now I'll actually just do a little bit of a dirt patch underneath and around trees and kind of around all of these bushes, and I think it just makes it look a little bit more realistic and what we see in the real world. I'm gonna go to the wall sculptures over here in build mode and actually get a few of these cute little garden boxes to also put on our house around the window ledges. I feel like we could use this wall vent of no particular and put it there. Unfortunately, there's not really a blue color, but I think the white looks okay. Just to have something a little bit more there. Let's just go this plain white one. There we go, that looks quite pretty. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side of the house. So I'm gonna pop a couple of columns in. I'm gonna draw in a wall, come back around to here, pick this one, and that's cute. I'm also going to put the same little decor item just like that. Now we've done the exterior of the house. I'm really happy with that. I think it looks nice. Now comes the interior. So if we go on top, we can use the page up and down keys to look at the flooring on different levels. If you use the home and end keys, it's going to go through half walls to 3/4 walls to full walls to walls down. So let's have walls up, and we can turn off the grid if we want to as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put in some basic flooring that we can change up along the way, but just to get an idea of how this floor plan is gonna work, what it's going to look like. Let's maybe just go with something like this flooring. So I'm going to put this flooring in every room just like that. And then I'm also going to go with a plain white wallpaper, holding shift to cover all of the walls in the room just like that. And so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm also going into lighting and getting this subtle saucer light, and I'm holding shift to just place several of them down because I want to see the rooms really clearly as I'm drawing out a floor plan. So we can delete those later. We definitely need a staircase in our house because we are going to want to use this upstairs level. So we can go to the staircase tool, and if we're on the second level, we can hold control to place the stairs going downwards. Or if we go down to the bottom level, we can just click to place them going upwards. I'm actually going to place a staircase just here, and then I'm going to put a wall in just like this, paint the wallpaper holding shift to cover the whole room. I'm going to scroll down to archways and have a nice little archway just in here towards the staircase. If we don't want anything under the stairs, we can just go ahead with the bulldoze tool, which is over here, and delete it, or the sledgehammer tool. We probably need some railing too because I don't want my Sims to fall off the staircase and die. And there we have our staircase. We can make the upstairs level look downwards onto the downstairs level. Now, this is a little tricky because it easily deletes all of your flooring, which is kind of upsetting. But if you extend this fencing across the staircase, just like that, it should draw out another room and enable you to delete it like this. I'm also going to bring in our roofing here using this arrow just because they're clipping through the walls, and that occasionally happens. And I think what we're going to have to do here is have a little bit of a corridor just kind of going around like this. Well, maybe we'll put a full wall over this side. And maybe we can have a master bedroom here and a kid's bedroom going across like this. And then they can both have an ensuite. Although we don't want to ruin the windows that we've got. Be able to instead put 2 bedrooms up here and a bathroom, which we might go like this to create. Although that bedroom's a weird shape now. So maybe we'll just go like this. Pop some doors in, so we can get to both of the rooms. And this room could access the bathroom for here, or they could just have one door to get into it. I think we can probably put 2 doors. So we've got 2 bedrooms upstairs and a bathroom. So that could just act as a main bathroom. And down here, if we delete this wall, I feel like we have a beautiful living space down here, which could also be a dining and living room. But if you think about the usability of the house, you'd probably want to have the dining and kitchen close by. So maybe we'll turn this into a dining and kitchen area. We can have another little archway going through here. Let's go ahead and put some furniture in. I'm just going to do a really basic, quick furnish, just so you guys can see how it comes together. So for the kitchen, I'm just going to pop some counters in here. You know what? Maybe the kitchen should be on the other side, just because we may have to change the window so that the stove doesn't block some of the window glass. You see how you can kind of see the stove there? I would rather take away this window and have a slightly different window there, just because in real life, it would be odd to go ahead and have a window like that. Get a more traditional looking window. There we go. If you're ever unsure about what to do with some spaces, it's a good idea to go to activities and skills, and you can find lots of different things for your Sims to do, like painting, for example. So we might put a little painting area in here, maybe some musical instruments, a couple of guitars. Especially if you have a money cheat on, you can get a whole heap of these activity items and see what suits your Sim the best. So we'll put a few of those in, and then we might even, just to make it look a little bit more realistic, go into the paintings and pop something on the floor, lean it against the wall that looks like it may have been painted by one of the Sims. Here we go. Here's something. Study of the human form. We can pop that there, and it does come in a couple of swatches, so we can put a couple of other sketches there. All right, so our basic base game home is all finished. The perfect little family home. Actually, it's kind of like a medium-sized home. So I've just moved Bob and Eliza Pancakes in. Oh, they're loving their new house. So this is it. Let's do a little tour. So if I go around the side, I'm in a camera mode, and you get into camera mode just by pressing tab. But this is looking around the house. We have our pool. We have quite a big backyard if we wanted to expand. A little bit of a barbecue area out the front, so that's what it looks like. Then if we go through the front door, we come into our entrance room. So maybe let's go left into the kitchen. It's a nice blue kitchen, very simple, very basic, little dining table area. You can go through to the lounge room where they're already getting settled. Looks like I forgot to get rid of that floating light. But there is double-story windows there, which is kind of a nice addition, I think. And then TV area, an ottoman in the middle being used as a coffee table, little activity area. And if we go upstairs by pressing E, up we go. This is a little home office nook at the top of the stairs. Our main bathroom is here. It's very green. I just thought we'd make it a green bathroom. And it also gives access, as well as another door from the corridor, to the master bedroom, which is really simple but nice, lovely. A few paintings on the walls. And then if we cross over to here, we also have a kid's bedroom in here. So lots of bright pink colors and toys. And then this is, of course, our pool there. And we have our little barbecue area, some pots to start planting, little outdoor table, dollhouse, and monkey bars out there, as well as a community garden, which this lot just happens to be next to. So that's kind of handy as well. So let me know what you think of this build, you guys, and let me know if this has been helpful. If you guys would like to build this on console, I will put a couple of images of the floor plan in so you can try and recreate it, and I'll make sure not to place the end cards over that as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And as always, I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I can't wait to speak to you soon. So.